Middle of the road is just a feeling of a distant melody. I was doing fine. I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet, made me whole again. You came in my life. I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. Well, I thought I knew what life was all about. That song had already been sung. I was going on, still minding my own business. Never knew that life had just begun. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life. I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. I wanna see your face again. Oh, let me see your face again. I'm far from being satisfied yet. I have to see your face again. Oh, let me see your face again. And take me to the place we first met. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life. I wanna see your face. Be the same again. Never will I be the same again.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many, and the old ones gone under the night. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any. Just thinking of some in the phone. As you said, what you for me. But then you walk on out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is okay. Time to borrow today. Well, something's gonna give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today. It's a good day today. It's a good day to live. vitamins and history books, psychology and a different way to look at it all. 'Cause my perspective is broken. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet. But I'm so tired of wandering. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. Yeah, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven? I thought by now pain would be my friend. I know that discomfort was a means to an end, but I'm lying in a warm bed. No, I'm lost, but I'm living. No, I'm lost. just to carry all the whispers that it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made up place that only we can see. Hold my hand and hear the words I say. Close your eyes and let them fade away. This is a place for you and me. Let our minds be caught up in a dream. Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made up place that only we can see. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne.